Hey everyone. Okay, so today I wanted to do something a little different. I've been do my main focus is movie reviews on this channel, and I also did an unboxing of the Lethal Weapon soundtrack box set. But I wanted to do something like a music review, which is pretty strange for me because I'm not the biggest music guy in the world, but um I'm a big Paul Young fan, so I thought maybe that's something I could do something with. I've got a lot of his stuff on CD and even a couple of vinyl records. So I thought maybe I could just talk through that, and it's something I know a bit about. So you know, I thought it'd be fun to try. I thought if I was gonna talk anything about music, I've got to go with what I know, and Paul Young is what I know. And he is an artist that I found quite by chance. Because, as I say, I'm not the biggest music guy. Um, a lot of music I know is through movies, obviously. Um, but yeah, Paul Young I found quite by chance. It basically started with when it comes to music, if I had to pick a particular decade, it would have to be the 1980s. And I was just searching around YouTube one particular day for various, 80s ballads, 80s hits, and I came across a compilation video that somebody posted. And in this video, a particular part of the video, there was "Every Time You Go Away" by Paul Young, and that immediately jumped out at me. I really liked that, and so I looked this guy up, Paul Young, and I looked on Amazon, and they had a lot of his albums on there, and so that was basically how it started, and I just went from there. And I may as well start from the beginning, because obviously Paul Young is known mostly as a solo artist. But obviously before that he had his period as the front runner of a number of bands, Street Band and the Q-Tips. And I don't know much about his stuff as part of those groups, but the two particular songs that I've found and I really like, "Hold On" from Street Band, and also "Some Kind of Wonderful" from the Q-Tips. And those two they are genuinely really good, and but it's the thing about Paul Young, even before his solo stuff, he was so, you can recognize him straight away. He's immediately identifiable as, he's got such a unique sound, and his style is such a unique style, like when you're listening to it, you can immediately point, oh, that's something that Paul Young would do. But in saying that, it's very strange to say that, because he has such a varied style, and that's something like an oxymoron, really, because you say he's so identifiable in his style, but then you say it's so varied. But there's something that stands out, and it's this. He's got his kind of little musical signature, which is unmistakable. Sorry, I've got to point out, this is Paul Young from for "Every Time You Go Away" and "Wherever I Lay My Hat." It's not John Paul Young. A lot of people make that mistake. This isn't the guy who sang "Love Is in the Air." This is Paul Young, "Wherever I Lay My Hat." So yeah, we may as well, this is going to be, of course, focused on his solo stuff, but those two songs, "Hold On" and "Some Kind of Wonderful," I really liked. You know, so even in his early days, he had it. You know, he genuinely did. And so you know, we may as well start from the beginning. 1982-83 came the one that started it all, No Parley. Yeah, this is a nice collection I got off Amazon. It's the Paul Young Classics, original album classics. Paul Young. It's a 5-disc collection, and it's got from No Parley in 1982-83 to The Crossing from 1993. So those 5 albums. I really thought this was a great, you know, a great buy. And this is really good. And you get each one in their own little sleeve as opposed to a dual case. So as you can see the front there, and you can see the back there. One thing I liked about this is they've took the sleeve from the original vinyl release, because when you look at the track listing on the back, it actually separates the track listing into side 1 and side 2. So that was a nice little touch, really. But yeah, No Parley. This was, well, you guys who are fans of Paul Young, you don't need me to tell you that this was huge. This was huge. Because, of course, in 1982, we had a couple of false starts. You know, we had Iron Out the Rough Spots and Love of the Common People, his first 2 singles, and they didn't sell at all. But then, of course,